They had requested to the plan commission was a request of variance that would allow for, as they called it, premium vinyl siding. They have withdrawn that request for the use of vinyl siding, and they will provide a siding material that complies with the village code. At the end of the day, depending upon how many phases that the developer has in terms of actually building out the entire project, that there would be no more than 336 units on the site.
And this was intentional to make the architecture look better, from my opinion and the developer's opinion. We've broken up the roof lines, we've got interesting articulation at the windows and the balconies, and I feel it looks much better than 100% brick. And it's more than just a wainscot that goes along the bottom. So, again, it's all intentional to make the architecture look pleasing, soften it a bit, so these large structures don't look so massive. They need to look inviting. The developer needs to sell these to residents. The developer needs to be proud of it. The residents need to call it home and be proud of it. And I think Shiloh should be proud of it. And that's the way we approach the design.
Do this phase first. It's still in the original location with drainage, access that John talked about, emergency. But the remaining of the 55 acres, that would have to come back before your board. And we'd address density at that point. But this was always a higher dense piece of this over entire 55 acres. This was a less dense. So these six,
Right.
Steve alluded to, is
Well,
pretty
before, all the density was considered on the entire tract.
right. This
Now
piece
it's-
was always more dense, and this was always less dense.
Right.
But overall, it's
So really,
less than 6
the
units.
density on that project, that particular apartment project hasn't changed, but, so what the real issue is.
But they were also, because they were trying to get the whole thing approved, we had assurances on the density. Now, who's to say somebody else could get involved in that future conceptual development could be who knows what?
This would have to come back. For
Well,
That's right.
the other areas will have to come back, and they will, believe me, they will maintain the overall density as what was originally proposed 2 years and a half.